Hey everybody, welcome back to All I Can Be. Jump in with Stan Abney. So today's episode is episode 13. It's called Fall In, Not Fall Out. Okay, so for those who have looked at earlier episodes, you when I gave you the description of what jump in mean, well, jump in and fall in is two different things to me. Okay, so jump in was jump out there in life, enjoying yourself, traveling and doing all these fun things and stuff, and not just sit at home and do nothing. Okay, so fall in is so if you didn't serve in the military, then you wouldn't know what that means. So when a leader says fall in, the group comes together, group, platoon, section, company, whatever. They say fall in, you come together, line up and stuff and snap to attention. At the end of that, um, if they're finished with everything, then they tell you to fall out and you just go your merry way or wherever you're supposed to go. Okay, so that's the difference between um, jump in and fall in. So fall in is not the ideal of just going out there and traveling and going out and doing different things and doing different kind of activities and stuff like that. Fall in is a little bit less than that because I understand that you don't want to jump in. Jump in meaning go out there and travel, get on planes and stuff. And, with today's atmosphere, you just have to be careful. And I can understand that because there's so much craziness in the world. So, so instead of jumping into all that, you may want to fall into it. Fall in, just hanging out with friends, going with family, doing something more exciting than sitting at home watching TV. Now, if watching TV is your thing, then I guess it's your thing. But do something different. You know, go hang out with some buddies or family or something. Do something different. Don't just sit around. You get stuck in watching TV or watching news all the time. And a lot of people say news is depressing and stuff. It is, but it's also how you get your information about what's going on in the world. I'm sort of a new news junkie too, but I tend to want to get out and do things. So that's all fall in is, okay? You don't want to fall out of it because you fall out, that's exactly what you're doing, sitting at home by yourself watching TV and talking to the TV and probably end up talking to yourself or whatever. I don't know, but you want to fall into life and get out there and start enjoying things, okay? So, you know, now you said, Stan, what am I supposed to do to fall in? Well, I'm glad you asked. So you probably have to establish a purpose or a new mission. Okay, so to establish a purpose in life, what is your purpose now? You're not serving in the military, you retired from uh, other services, or you retired from just civilian sector type life stuff. Okay, you're retired, but that don't mean you don't have a purpose anymore. So now you have a new purpose. Establish what that purpose is. Your purpose may be your purpose may be to spend more time with family. It may be to travel more, go hang out with friends more, start sports or martial arts or whatever you want to do. Do something different that you wasn't either able to do or didn't have the time to do when you were serving or you was working before you retired or got out of something. Okay, try that. That's your new purpose in life. What's your new mission? Well, it's up to you. What is your new mission? You want to make your quality of life better? You want to spend more time with your children, your kids, or whatever? It's up to you. What do you want to do? You know, uh, so establish a new purpose and establish a new mission. And get out there and make things happen. Okay, so you make every day count because you don't know when it's your last. That's the whole basis behind what I'm saying to you. Um, I believe my purpose is to be happy in life, and I think that if, as long as I try to do the things that I didn't do while I was serving, and if it gives me joy, I'm going to be happy. Okay. Um, you know, I used to and still do believe that, well, I live my life off a certain phrase. And I used to do that a lot, but now I still think about it. And the phrase I used to say was, um, no matter what happens to you, it could have been, always been worse. Okay. Like I got shot in my leg in Panama. It could have been worse. I could have lost my whole leg based off of what happened by me getting shot in that leg. Or maybe the bullet could have went a little bit higher and caught me somewhere else and killed me or whatever. So it could always have been worse. I mean, that's how I look at things in life, and that's how you have to look at things. You might be going through some stuff and dealing with some stuff, but imagine how worse or much worse it could be, or well, somebody else might be going through something worse than you. Okay, and then you have to look back and look in the mirror, I guess, or look at somebody else or whatever, and smile and say, you know what, I got it good. It did. This didn't happen to me. That didn't happen to me, but I'm still making it. So um my mission is to make it to 150 years old. I mentioned that before earlier on two in the episodes. I want to be 150. If I don't know if it's really worth it, but that's what I really want to do. And I plan on looking the same as I do when I become 150. I don't want to be looking all shriveled up and, frail and barely can, get around or see what's going on or anything like that. And what's the purpose of becoming 150? You know? So I do want to reach that age. That's my purpose in life. Okay. Um, I think that you have to really push yourself to do some things, and even though you think you may not want to do it, but if you push yourself and make yourself do it, you may find that you may like it. Sometimes you find out that's what your kids do, you know, especially when they become grown kids or close to grown. You have to tell them, you're gonna do this or you're gonna do that. And they be like, oh, I want to do that. And then once they do it, they be like, hey, I love doing this. Because that's the way it goes sometimes. Okay. It kind of remind me when I was in jump school, learning how to be a paratrooper. My first, after basic, no, after AIT, we went to jump school and I failed actually. I was failing. I don't know. I can't remember why I was failing jump school. And I don't know if it was the gig pit that I kept going to because of I kept not doing the PLF right or the pretty funny fall. Probably kept doing or whatever. I don't remember what it was, but I kept failing, and I had to go to some office, stand in parade rest, and wait for somebody to talk to me about some. I guess it's more or less, hey, we're gonna kick you out of here, or you gonna get that shit right. And I think I got motivated with the concept of failing and getting kicked out of something, and I got back on board, and um, I took care of it. I jumped into it, or in this case, I fell into it. So I fall in. So anyway, it was just, play on words, but still, um, that got me on board and I became a paratrooper. That's why I graduated from jump school. And one of the things I didn't get to do in jump school, that you go up on this, they horse you up on this 200-foot tower in a parachute and they drop you and you fall and the parachute catches you and you got to do a landing, PLF from that fall. I think we had high winds that day, so I was glad I didn't have to do it. I'm afraid of heights. That's why I didn't really want to do it. But it's kind of crazy. You say you're a paratrooper. Why are you afraid of heights? Well, shit, all I gotta do is jump out the door. I ain't really gotta look down until I need to. So anyway, hey, that's my story today, and that's my time. And you guys take care of yourself. Have a cool day, and be safe out there. And oh yeah, be careful of them viruses. They dangerous.